Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day. So today we're gonna review a few different kinds of tea. So this first one is from Addis. So that is the capital in Ethiopia. And then you can see this is a black tea. And then at the back it basically just says add hot water. So Ethiopia is actually quite a poor country in Africa. It's essentially close to Egypt on the northern side. And yeah, they've been trying to obviously develop and process coming into like the more industrialized world like in the West. But they do have a big tourism and big tea and nature industry. So this black tea is actually quite strong. So it's made with one of the local tree leaf, and then they essentially dry it out for I think about 30 days, and then obviously package it. So the taste is quite bitter, and they do recommend you sort of drink it without sugar, without milk. So just add hot water, and the tea becomes a really sort of dark brown color. It is very strong, bitter, and not sweet at all. So if you like that kind of flavor, that's really, really good. But yeah, they don't recommend you add sugar or sort of milk. It's not that kind of, flavor. But if you like the if you don't like the strong taste, this is another flavor, also from Addis. It's sort of caramel. So this is more of a soft flavor on your taste buds. And yeah, so you can see in the back, it's very almost the same design. I think it's by the same company. And then yeah, just use fresh boiled water, then you just add it. So usually they recommend you soak the tea bag in the hot water for at least 3 minutes, if possible 5 minutes, before you start consuming the tea. And that way you are able to sort of let the water really immerse the tea bag and absorb all the flavoring. So this bag smells really, really nice because it's got that caramelized flavor. And this is the extract of one of the flowers from the country that they plant. And then once they extractulate the flavor, and then they actually dry the leaves of the flower, and then they use that as the tea, one of the main ingredients in the tea. So this is much a lighter taste, and then you're welcome to add a bit of sugar if you like. They also recommend you try adding honey, and that makes it taste a bit sweet. And obviously the tea itself doesn't have a lot of sweetness in it. So the next one is a ginger tea. So this is a different tea company, and so this is ginger. So they actually dry out the ginger, and then they essentially add that's one of the main ingredients, and they package it into a bag. So very similar to this, it's just a different company. It also just says add boiled water, and then you essentially add the water, let it soak, and then this is a quite mild ginger flavor taste. So if you have a cold, if your throat feels scratchy, you can add honey to this, and they say this is a very good natural remedy. So instead of taking medications, you can use this as sort of a natural not really medicine, but like an organic way to address your sore throat and such. And now if you want a stronger ginger tea, that would be this one. So essentially also from Ethiopia, this is much a stronger ginger tea, and it's got a stronger taste to it. So you can see this sort of picture of a ginger here, and then at the back the same, just add water. So this tea already, when you open it, just from the smell, you can already like smell the ginger that's like permeating throughout the bag. So this is a much stronger flavor than the other ginger tea. And if you soak this in water, in the hot boiling water for about a good 5 minutes, you can actually taste that strong ginger flavor. And pretty much the same if you catching a cold, if you're not feeling comfortable, a very natural way of remedying your sort of infection or sickness. It also helps with inflammation. So this is a much stronger ginger tea than the other one. Okay, and then next, let's take a look at some of the tea from Kenya. So Kenya is also a relatively small country. It's sort of more on the coast, on the southern side of Africa. So Kenya is also very well known for the tourism industry, and they also actually have a really big supply in terms of exporting tea. So they grow a lot of tea and export it all around. So the Kenya tea, this is one of their famous companies that package and produce a lot of teas. So this one is actually a rooibos. So the rooibos plant, I think it originated in the southern side of Africa. So in South Africa, they also have a lot of rooibos tea, but this is a specialized infusion. So it does have a mixture of some of the other flavors. And rooibos tea has also proven to have anti-cancer or anti-cancer effects. So if you do drink a lot of rooibos, it does help with your body in fighting against carcinogen and things like that. This tea, I don't know if, I think the best way to explain it is it tastes like essentially a leaf. It's much, much weaker if you compare this to your typical green tea or the Chinese jasmine tea. It's very sort of weak, I would say even mild. Even if you use 2 or 3 bags of this and you soak them in the hot water for 5-10 minutes, that flavor is still very mild. It's very soothing, and it really goes down very nicely. If you obviously drink ginger tea, that's very like hard, and it sort of almost hurts your throat if you're not adding honey to it. But yeah, nevertheless, the rooibos tea is really good as well. And then the second, okay, so this is also green tea from the same company, also from Kenya. And then, yeah, so you can see over here, it does say packaged in Kenya, and then some of the local website you can also see if you want to try order them online. But yeah, also a very nice blend. So this tea, they actually extract, I think they said about 3 or 4 different tree leaves, and then obviously infuse it to make it a specialized tea. And then this green tea is very, very nice. It helps with digestion. So they mentioned that, well, I say then, I mean the company that produces this, when we bought the tea, mentioned that if you are having a big meal or if you're having stomach or digestion issues, this green tea helps with that. So in your gut, there's a lot of microbiome or like small organism, and this green tea is like also a natural remedy for them to calm them down, and it washes out impurity. So the green tea basically has that effect. Yeah, so that's all the teas I have today. Have a good day.